Hello there guys, it is me Bobby L, and I am back here with another video. For today's video, we're going to go over this set of drawings which contain the minor or dwarf spheres, along with some other peculiar celestial bodies that inhabit the skies of Lineaos, specifically the first layer of its atmosphere, known as Kailugia, and we are going to go over the inspiration behind the names of these bodies. So without further ado, let us learn the inspiration behind the names of these bodies, starting out with the dwarf spheres. First, the sphere of Virgo. The sphere of Virgo is named after the constellation and the horoscope of the same name, Virgo, the Virgin or Maiden. Virgo is the sixth sign within the zodiac, and Virgos value practicality, efficiency, and order, and craft and skill are essential to them. Within this book, I am currently reading Astrology Using the Wisdom of the Stars in Your Everyday Life by Carol Taylor. We can find information on the horoscopes. Here is a section on Virgo. You may pause to read if you may like. Also in the zodiac, Virgo rules from August 23rd to September 22nd. So, if you are born between these months, you are said to be a Virgo. Next is the sphere of Tethys. This dwarf sphere is partially based off of and is a reference to an actual celestial body that actually exists in our solar system by the same name. This is Tethys, Saturn's fifth largest moon, and it is an icy moon, mostly composed of water ice. But there is more to this sphere's name than just an icy moon of Saturn. There is also I believe a goddess or a nymph from Greek mythology that also shares the name Tethys, but there's also more to that as well. For canonically, the sphere of Tethys, due to its blue color, is believed to be an ocean world. And back in Earth's past, there was an actual body of water named after Tethys, the sea goddess of Greek mythology, or at least one of them, known as the Tethys Ocean or the Tethys Sea. This ancient ocean existed through much of the Mesozoic era into the early Cenozoic era, but it did actually come about, I believe, during the late Paleozoic era. And this is a map of the Tethys Ocean during the early Triassic period, and you can see it labeled right there. This is the true origin and the true reference to the celestial sphere. Due to this sphere being a water world, you can obviously see the connection to the ancient primeval sea. So now, we move on to the sphere of Cancer. This celestial sphere also bears inspiration from astronomy and astrology. Its name derives from a constellation and the horoscope of the same name, Cancer, the crab, or sometimes depicted as a lobster or a crayfish. Cancer is the fourth horoscope or sign within the zodiac, and it is subtle and sensitive, yet canny and tenacious. And they have a hard exoskeleton, but on the inside, it is protecting a soft interior. They value comfort and strong family bonds. This sign rules through June 22nd to July 22nd. So if you're born between these months, you are a Cancer. Moving on, we go to the sphere of Boethius. This dwarf sphere is named after the Roman polymath and philosopher of the same name who lived during the early Middle Ages. This man was a prominent public figure for his time and is the author of a classic philosophical work known as the Constellations of Philosophy, which I plan to read someday. The last of these dwarf spheres is Boccaccio. This dwarf sphere is named after the Italian writer and poet from the Middle Ages going by the same name. He is the author of a famous book known as the Decameron, which I also plan on reading sometime in the future. Now that we're done going over the dwarf spheres, let's now journey on to the more odder celestial bodies, starting off with Phanes. This egg-shaped sphere is named after a primordial god from Greek mythology by the same name, Phanes. This sphere is also based on a real-life dwarf planet in the shape of an egg known as Haumea. One can tell by its design that Phanes is based on Haumea, not just because of its shape, but because of the colors I chose. It has patches of red, mixes of brown, and grays, which is what Haumea has. Next, we move on to the structure known as Bellerophon. This object is named after a famed hero from Greek mythology by the same name. He is a figure that is known to have slayed monsters, including a chimera, and he even tamed a Pegasus. I first came across Bellerophon within Nostradamus' prophecies, in which he actually makes reference to him. I am not going to skim through the pages of the prophecies to find him because that would be too tedious, but yeah, that's where I first came across him. Moving on, we approach the jagged crescent of Chandra with its satellite Bulan. The name of this crescent-shaped structure is based on Chandra, the Hindu deity of the moon. The sphere of Bulan is named after a moon god from the Philippines. And I feel like the name Chandra suits the crescent-shaped structure, because I was kind of getting for a crescent moon vibe, for the design of this structure. So I thought that, the name of a moon deity would fit. And also, with its satellite also having the name of a moon deity. So I thought that was quite fitting for this structure. Next, we move on to this rod-shaped structure known as Zoroaster. This structure is named after the founder and prophet of Zoroastrianism himself, Zoroaster. I first came across Zoroaster in this book, Nostradamus, and other prophets and seers, prophecies, and secret knowledge from ancient times to the present day. And I gotta say, this was a very interesting read for me because I like the occult, divination, and astrology, and especially Nostradamus. The last but not least of the bizarre structures is this one right next to Zoroaster, the flaming, fiery cane-like structure named Arctophylax. This celestial cane-shaped structure is named after the ancient name for the Bootes or Boetes constellation known as Arctophylax, the herdsman, bear keeper, or bear protector. For reference, this is what the Bootes or Boetes constellation looks like. The reason why this structure looks like a cane is because in some depictions of the character in Arctophylax, he is holding a staff-like structure. So basically that's what I was going for. So there you have it, guys. The names behind these minor spheres and more far stranger, peculiar structures within the Linnean cosmos. As you can see, it is a mix of astronomy, mythology, and astrology, which consist of the naming conventions. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and please visit my website in the link below, in the description. I hope you all enjoyed, and have a nice day, and stay safe and well, and stay tuned for more content relating to my world building project. Bye!